Drogar! Welcome back. Where is Winnie?
Catching up with a dear friend. It seems young Pasha has finally accepted her invitation.
Is that right? Well, excellent. A house made whole again.
Yes, indeed.
Does something trouble you, my friend? Is this not a joyous occasion?
Perhaps the happiest we've had since crossing the threshold of this valley, but you have to excuse my brooding, Dimitri. It's just that, well, look at how much she has grown. I'm struck by equal parts pain and elation, watching her progress. I'm so very proud of the young woman she is growing into, and at the same time, every day she'll have less and less need for an old codger like me.
Well, as an expert in brooding, I'm quick to forgive. But, Drogar, I was away from my parents for 10 years, and grew much older than Winnie in that time, and take it from me, there were so many times I needed them. As I read tomes by candlelight deep into the night, I would think of my mother reading me stories before bed. And as I prepared ingredients for a potion, I would think of my father teaching me exacting knife cuts. Simple things that I didn't even realize the importance of until they were no longer there with me. None of us can stop the turning of the wheel, Drogar, but the memories we share become its spokes.
Dear boy, when did you become so poetic?
Ha ha, Irina's influence to be sure.
Well, enough brooding for the both of us, eh? How's about another round before they return and we have to babysit again?
Ha ha, now you're speaking Zenobia's native tongue.
Hey Dungeoneers, thanks so much for joining us for another episode of the Strahdcast. If you like what we do here, remember to follow us on YouTube or subscribe via your favorite podcast app to get notified every time we release new episodes. Thanks again, and take your listen with advantage. When last we left our heroes, Winnie and Pasha at last had a tearful reunion at the edge of the forest near Vallaki. Pasha talked of his adventures and growth while being away, and showed off his new mastery of his wolven form. Winnie finally completed her rock tower and revealed it to be a gift for Pasha, should he ever feel the need to run away again. Returning to the city, Drogar once again attempted to heal Pasha's missing eye, but instead made an unexpected connection with a malicious entity. Yet still, with Pasha in tow, surely nothing could put a damper on the evening's festivities. Right? Find out now on the Strahdcast. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Shuffle off this mortal coil and transport yourselves to the far, foggy realm of Barovia.
What was that? What happened?
Are you okay? Are you okay?
I rush up to Pasha, and I do the same thing, and I just around his eye socket.
It's still there. What happened? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. Stung for a second. But what did it work? What were you trying to do?
Pasha, do you remember anything about losing your eye? I know it's hard to remember, and I know it's...
No.
And I kind of just like look around at Winnie and Kaz and Olaf, and I'm like, as they say where I come from, let us put a pin in it for now.
Okay. I don't know. I can't remember anything. My first memories are all of the cage.
Shh, it's all right.
Do you know when we were in that tower, do you remember? And we went in the basement, and there were all of that orange stone in the basement.
Yeah.
It's the amber, yes.
I didn't like that at all.
No, it seemed like I remembered it somehow, but I couldn't remember how I remembered it.
I was not able to eliminate it this time. However, I think with perhaps some more practice, and perhaps when it is not evening, I may be able to succeed.
Okay.
And if the pain was not that great, then perhaps we will have another go at it. But as I said, there is a saying where I come from, which is, let us put a pin in it.
Like the tail on the dragon.
Yes!
Yeah.
Which reminds me, there is still time for you to play the games that we have set up. And I think Drogar is going to kind of whisk Pasha under the arm and just kind of like covering up everything that he just saw and everything that he just experienced, and just kind of like whisk this young boy in and bring him to the revelers and the fun.
Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh.
Yeah, so I bring Pasha in, and as soon as I walk in the gates, I go, "The prodigal son returns!" And everybody like turns.
Prodigal,
My
son returns.
I think as I say that, there's a moment where people are like, "Who the fuck is the
Most people won't actually know him, I don't think, but the ones who do are very excited.
And I think everybody else is so drunk that
Who cares?
the whole crowd's like, "Ah!"
I am still holding Pasha's hand. I have my hand on his arm. I'm both watching to see that he's okay in this crowd, and I'm really watching him and Drogar after this whole thing. Like, I even if Drogar is pretending like everything's fine, it's gonna take me a minute to jump this little shark.
I think Olaf missed all this too. Like, so he's just like, "Oi, lad,
You must be Olaf.
you must be Pasha.
Ah, that's me.
About you." And he puts out his hand to shake your hand.
He takes yours.
And then when we shake hands, he instead then with his other arm just wraps you up in a big hug and just lifts you up.
Wow.
He goes, "Oh, it's great to finally meet you, lad."
It's nice to meet you too. You were the one who found Sasha. She told me all about you.
It looks like you've been taking great care of her.
Yeah, she's very grateful, and she says that you are very kind and strong. It's good to meet you, Olaf.
It's great to finally meet you, lad. I hope you don't go anywhere anytime soon.
No, I'm gonna try to be here to stay for this time.
And then he ruffles your hair, and he goes, "Now don't tell anyone I gave this to you."
What is it?
And he just pulls out a little mug and gives you a little bit of wine.
Ooh, is this a potion?
You could say that.
Oh, I have had Drogar's intuition potion before. It was delicious. I can't wait to try.
This one might not taste as good, but it will probably make you feel better.
It's spicy.
That's right, lad. And I think then he also just pats him so hard on the back and Winnie that they both kind of just like jump and like bump.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, you
Uncle Olaf.
Oh, let's celebrate.
Great.
Right. Winnie, why don't you show your friend Pasha here the birthday celebrations?
Sure, and I'll just take Pasha around and I'll show him all of the things. Are you hungry?
Always.
I think that maybe at some point, like some food, some like lunchtime, dinner time stuff was just put out on the bar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Erwin has been sending stuff out all day.
If we can share that, if you want to, the spicy drink.
Oh, sure.
And he hands it to you.
And I'll just take a little sip, and I'm just watching him. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Does your eye hurt?
Oh, no. It stung for a second. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure what Drogar was trying to do, but it's too bad it didn't work.
You feel any different?
Don't think so.
Blink.
He can't really, he only winks.
And I think Drogar, in all of this, as he kind of like sends you two off, he kind of looks at Kaz and Olaf and heads upstairs to his room.
Really?
Yeah. No. Like, not telling them to follow. He just like kind of makes a glance and then just heads upstairs to his room for a moment.
I think when you start to walk away, I think Kaz would like grab your shoulder and say,
Are you all right? Yes. There's much to think on. So much in such a small boy. And for a moment, you see a little bit of concern in Drogar's eye that you haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, I think Kaz lets you go, knowing that like when you say something like that, like if you had said like, oh yeah, I'm fine, and just started to walk away, Kaz would be like, no, you're fucking lying, come back.
Right.
Like that, I think she believes you.
But I think it's also like, it was a pretty simple task, right? Remove a curse.
Not to Kaz. Like,
Right. But like Drogar made it seem like it was a pretty simple task. It's like, I'm going to remove this curse. It's going to be okay.
Especially upcasting it that way.
Yeah.
And doing it at 5th level, and you saw all this energy and everything, and like, for that to be the outcome, Drogar thrown and it's not there, and he's like kind of off put, like he's in his head a lot, like, you would get the sense that he doesn't want to tell you anything he doesn't have the answer to.
Yeah, and I think Kaz gets the sense that were you to try to like do a brain dump right now, neither of us.
Shut up!
Everyone's still pretty toasted
At this point, Kaz definitely wouldn't understand it, but I think she can tell that Drogar might not even understand it at this point. So I think she lets you go.
Yeah.
I think Olaf missed all this interaction and just saw you walk upstairs and just goes up to Kavan and goes, oh, lightweight.
Right. Olaf's 3 sheets to the wind.
He's like, come, Kavan, join me in another mug.
Yeah. Old man and stuff. He probably just has to pee. Let's drink. And much like Gandalf going off and brooding,
Yeah.
Drogar kind of like heads up the stairs and he kind of shoots a glance over to Pasha and Winnie and is like, curious, most curious. And just kind of like goes up to be a hermit up in his room for a little bit.
All right, then, keep your secrets.
Yeah, exactly. And then before you,
him going just as he's
yeah, I think I look toward you guys, and then as I look away, Winnie looks toward me, like that kind of like missing each other's eyes.
yeah.
And Drogar goes up to his room and immediately removes his armor and looks for bite marks or looks for any sort of trace of the thing that happened.
It looks like you got clawed up by a wolverine.
Oh my gosh.
Is there any magic, or is it just like it's just the marks of it?
Are you trying to heal yourself? Or are you detecting
I'm
it?
like detecting magic to see if it's like you said, like a symbiote or like some kind of like.
Yeah, as you run across it, it's like little, you know, in Princess Mononoke when the boar, it's like all those little worms.
Yeah.
There's like a couple of little worms in the gashes.
Oh man.
Okay, I'm going to try to either remove curse again or do. Fuck.
Uh-oh. It's messy shit here in Barovia.
I was prepared the moment I let my arrow fly.
That's my favorite movie.
All right, it might hurt me in the long run.
Uh-huh.
I am going to the worms. I am going to attempt to sacred flame the worms.
Great.
So, death by fire.
Yeah.
Trial by fire. I am going to attempt to like.
You're setting a sacred flame yourself?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's hard as fuck.
That's hardcore. That's so fucking metal.
I was like, guiding bolt? No, sacred flame, because that's like more beautiful in the mind's eye. But I think
that's a save, so you can just choose to fail the save.
I fail it. So
Yeah.
I think Drogar in that moment is like, fine.
For a moment, it's just like that, and then, and your arm alights, not with flame, but in that radiant energy. Yeah, and all those little wormies just like pop and sizzle. Yeah. Just pop and sizzle.
And I think like he just does like, he like goes, all right, old chap, hold on. And he does it like all the way up. Yeah. And just like,
Yeah, that hurts.
is it like I core on the floor and shit? Like, is it like,
Roll damage for yourself.
God knows.
That was also a very faithful recreation of the sound from Princess Mononoke when the boar is.
yeah. I fucking love Princess Mononoke.
It's my favorite
I can't quote it like you can, but I fucking,
Is Ned my coolest friend? Ned might be my coolest friend.
That might just be.
cut up a wolf's head and it still has the power to bite. All right, not bad. Not my worst, not my best. 9 points of damage.
Great. So you're going to take that, but yeah, it sears away the wormies.
Yeah, and so I think he and then he like, oh, and I think he like kind of leans on the bed and he's like sweating and like it's like this awful fucking like scene. It's like a horror movie scene. So he does that, and I think he leans on the bed. We see like he's like kind of sweating, and he's like, and then he kind of takes his robe and kind of like puts it over, even though his what are they called? His like greaves and his sabatons are like still on, but the upper part of his armor is off, and he's just kind of like leaning up against the bed, and he's like,
Gorget.
No, that's off. The Gorget's gone.
That's the only thing I know the name of.
Whenever Ned's
It's all French. It's all French.
Whenever Ned's like, what's the word for that piece of armor? The answer is usually Gorget.
Chaucer's, yeah, all that good shit.
What the fuck even is that? I don't know.
So he takes, he had taken off his like breastplate and his vambraces and all of this other, his pauldrons, all that shit. just to see where it was. But now he's like got his white tunic and like there's like sear marks from the flame, like from the sacred flames, like on the tunic, and he's like kind of shivering, and he's just like and burns a heel.
Mm-hmm. He has taken off his toulements, his j'accuses, his voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soises.
His pamplemousse.
He has doffed his zout alors, his sacre bleus.
So
Is les poissons?
it's les poissons. So he does all that, and then I think he like looks at the ichor on the floor. 2 fingers, he like picks it up and he like holds it. He's like, interesting. And he like brings it over to the table, and he like, you know, like takes a candle and he like puts it near it, and he's like, and he starts pacing. Like he's like kind of like the mad old
case.
man.
Yeah, he's on
like,
the case.
He's like pacing, and he comes back and he's like, all that in a boy, all that in a small boy, but why? Too much to think on. And he's like kind of, he's just like
And he's off to the
in his thing, yeah.
Great. Great.
You're gonna sleep terribly tonight.
Yeah.
You wake up, there's coffee and Drogar just down at the desk like, I figured it out!
Okay.
Omelette du fromage.
He's sitting in front of an ashtray with like 22 cigarette butts in it. Yeah.
It's just him, Charlie Day, like, I figured it out! Like,
That's
It'd be
it.
a map with a bunch of lines and
Push pins and string. Yeah.
Look here!
So we are at this point. I think we're getting into evening. The sun is starting to go down.
I'll go up to Erwin.
Okay.
Erwin.
Oh, Winnie, is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, guys, always have to check. Hello.
I would love to see Vasilka and Levy.
Oh,
Around?
yes. They have been helping me in the kitchen. In fact, would you like to come back and see?
Yeah. Pasha, do you want to come see the baby?
Okay.
And we'll go into the kitchen.
Great, you do so. It's a mess back there. There's like the whole floor is covered in like flour and bits and bobs and like bread ends, but it is an organized chaos. And you can see Vasilka over to one side. She's got a big mixing bowl in her hand and she's going at it. And she has strapped to her like a backpack, you know, in like a baby Bjorn. She has Levy.
Oh.
Who's just kind of sitting there with the head bobbing back and forth as she moves about the kitchen, like about her business.
Hey, Vasilka.
Is that young Winnie?
Hi.
Hello.
What are you working on?
We have a lot of hungry guests out there today. Your birthday guests, I want to make sure they have a wonderful time. The food should be reflective of the character of one on their birthday, and you're very special, so we've been working very hard to have a very special spread out for you.
Oh, you've done a wonderful job. Do you need a break? Do you wanna come out from the kitchen? I don't want to stop you.
Oh no. A wonderful thing about my origins is that I never get tired.
Oh, that is nice.
Yes, indeed. I don't need to sleep or eat either. It leaves me plenty of time and energy to get everything I need done.
What about Levy? Does he also not need to sleep or eat?
Yes, indeed. He's just a dream all day long.
Can I come and say hi?
Yeah, and she puts down what she's doing and she like swings the baby Bjorn around and lifts him up and says,
Little Lev, look. It's your best friend, Winnie.
Hey, buddy boy.
and she like hands him gingerly to you.
Mind his head now?
Oh, and I'll take him and I'll hold him and I'll look up at Pasha. Look it. Hi, buddy. Have you been having a nice time? What does he do all day?
Keeps me company. He's an excellent conversationalist.
Oh, good. Oh, good. That's nice I'm glad he gets to hang out with you.
Oh, it is wonderful and lovely. It may seem strange, but I get so much out of taking care.
Good.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yeah. Do you need anything?
Oh, no. Erwin has been so wonderful. My life here it's beyond anything I ever could have dreamed or imagined. And it's all, in truth, thanks to you.
And I'll look down at Levy's little face. Hi, buddy.
And Pasha comes over and like looks over your shoulder.
Say, oh, he's very cute.
Sweet.
He has your eyes.
Look at his little nose. Oh, he's...
Yes, your eyes.
Oh, Visela. Thank you. I'm glad you're good. The food is wonderful. Thank you so much.
That brings me great joy to hear. Thank you.
Here's to me.
Oh, come back, little Levy.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm just really glad you guys have each other. I just wanted to say hi.
We're here and we're happy anytime you need us.
Good. Okay. And we'll walk back out of the kitchen.
You make so many people's lives happier, Winnie. It's like anytime you come into someone's life, it gets brighter.
Thanks, Pasha. Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a little nervous and there's a lot of people here, but I just am so happy to be with you all again.
Okay. I'll be right back. I just need to talk to Rudy about something.
Okay.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on. I won't go anywhere.
Okay. I'll walk over to Rudy.
So yeah, you find Rudy, and at this point, Rudy is very pink in the face.
Yes.
And he's just,
is.
he sat at the edge of the room, and he's just kind of sitting there hunched over. He's got both hands resting on the top of his cane. And he's just like bobbing his head along with the music with a big smile on his face, just watching everyone happy.
I'll go and sit across from him.
Ah, if it isn't a birthday girl.
Hi, Rudy.
Are you enjoying your party, Winnie?
It's so much more than I could have even imagined.
This is the best kind of birthday.
Yeah. Thank you for the tunes.
You're very welcome. I thought we needed some atmosphere.
How are you feeling?
Me? I'm basted up like a turkey on Neverwinter Eve. I'm very happy, which is a new sensation for me, I'm realizing.
Yeah.
Yes. Look at this. Look at what you have all done. These people,
And at this point, like, getting on later into the night, I think, like, folks are starting to filter into the blue water, you know, from outside, and, like, surprised but really excited to find the festivities within. And so there's just a bunch of Wallachians in here now. The theme of this trip back to Wallachia is how changed it is. But you remember the first time you walked in here, it was the two hunters in the corner and a bunch of mean, sour drunks just, like, hiding themselves. And now look at it.
you know, I devoted my life to ending Strahd's tyranny, but somehow I didn't really even believe it was possible until now.
Oh yeah, you're playing the soundtrack of his destruction.
I like that.
And speaking of which, I was wondering if you could do me a favor.
Anything.
Now that it's getting later into the night, I just wonder, could you play something maybe a little slower and sweeter?
Something to bring the night down with.
Just to make people dance maybe in a different way.
A capital idea.
And he like picks himself up and plunks his way over with his cane. And as he makes his way back over to the music box, he clamps his cane down on the ground a few times. All right, everyone, listen up.
I want to thank you all very much for being here today to celebrate a hero. Heroes can be a lot of things, but I think what it really comes down to is just someone who makes the world safer to live in for others. A hero is someone who makes a place that is safe. And here, in the heart of the devil's domain, we are at peace and at joy. And that is the gravest wound I have seen delivered to him in all my many years here. So please, all join me in one final dance for our hero, our Winnie.
And he presses the music thing again, and a different series of instruments spring up this time, and I guess just a gentle music starts to play.
If I may, I imagine that maybe Dimitri and Irina couple up and move onto the dance floor, and maybe Kaz and Zarya.
Erwin and Danica.
Yeah.
Olaf grabs Vasilka's hand.
Yeah! That's sweet. I support that.
And I look around, and I don't see him. So I make my way upstairs and knock on Drogar's door.
And I think Drogar in a fit is like, just a second. Again, he's like half a sabaton on, like his greaves are like hanging off one side. And he's like, hold on, I'm coming. Hold on, go! And you hear like things like clatter and fall over and whatnot.
His pamplemousses are fully juiced.
And you see the door swing open, and he looks up and he goes,
Oh, Winnie,
Hey.
is everything all right?
Yeah, are you okay?
Yes.
Are you sure? That was really scary.
Oh. Give me just 1 second.
and the door gently closes, and Drogar is like, fool. All right. And he like takes off his leaves his greaves where they are, and like goes and puts on his like robe, and, like ties it up, and like maybe there's like a mirror, like an old dusty mirror, and he's like trying to get his trying to get his scales right, but they don't move. So he's like, okay, right. And then he like kind of goes to the door and he goes, and there he is, and he's looking like Drogar that you saw that first day in the inn that gave you part of his oatmeal.
They're playing the last song of the night. Can we have a dance?
It would be my absolute honor, young Wincelet.
And I'll curtsy to him.
And Drogar will take a step back because of how big he is, and he will take a big bow. And then he scoops you up and carries you down the stairs. And then he just kind of like puts you down on the ground. And he's like looking at everybody's like height, you know, because he's so tall. And he just goes, ah. And he brings one of the bar stools over and like puts it down and then puts you up on top of the bar stool. And now you guys are like the same height. He puts one hand out and he puts another hand.
And we start to dance. And then pretty soon I just wrap my hands around your neck. And I think you just pick me up off the stool.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of like, we dance with you holding me.
Just like kind of hanging. Just like imagine like little feet, just like
little feet dangling, and I just have my hands wrapped around your neck. And after seeing you in like such pain earlier, I just lay my head down on your shoulder and hold you and dance. And we have a father-daughter dance at the end of the night.
Yeah. Did you have a good birthday, Winnie?
It was so much different than I thought it was gonna be.
Yes.
And that scared me at first. You know? I didn't want to disappoint anybody, and I didn't want to be sad.
New things can be quite scary.
Yeah. I feel very grown up today.
Well, you are an entire year older than you were last year. Isn't that marvelous?
Yeah, it is. I'll never forget this day, ever.
Well, then, we as a collective did our job. I will tell you, I gave them quite the rousing speech this morning. I was very determined that everything go precisely the way that I wanted it to go.
Thank you.
Bismarck was a little scared. I told him to persevere, and he made it. Winnie, if you could have one thing for your birthday, what would it be?
I don't need anything else. I just want to know that my mom knows that I'm okay. I wish she could see this. But that's okay. That's okay. I think she can.
I may be just an old dragon, but parents, Winnie, They have a sixth sense about this sort of thing. Do you know what a sixth sense is? Oh, yes. They have a sixth sense about these sort of things, about our children, you see. The point that I'm trying to make is that parents often know when their little ones are in danger and when they are in trouble. And I dare say that if your mother thought you were in peril, she would challenge the gods to get here. And upon being here, she would pick you up and storm right out of here with you.
She would tear the roof off this place.
I bet she would.
She would say I would tear the roof off this place.
Well, that is quite a task, but I believe your mother could do it. If you're any familiar with your mother, I think your mother is quite sure that you are going to return to her when you have grown, when you have learned from this experience. But one thing is for certain, as long as I draw breath, Winnie, you will see your mother again. As long as we're all here, we will make sure that you get to see your mother. But I do expect there to be some pie when I come to visit.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Gooseberry is the best.
Gooseberry? I've never had gooseberry.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you tempt an old codger with something sweet?
I'm not strong enough.
No, oh my god. I'm sleeping on your couch.
Please do.
All right. And I think the camera kind of pans back of these two just kind of swaying
Yeah.
to this lovely music as everybody else is also
It pans out and everybody, and no one speaks. It's just for a few moments.
I think we all dance with Winnie for a moment.
Yeah.
I think Kaz and Zarya break very briefly, and Kaz and Winnie have a little dance.
Yeah.
And then I think how it happens is I think Drogar just kind of brings her back to the stool.
People just come by and scoop
we all-
her up.
yeah.
Just kind of comes up to the stool and picks her up.
Come by and scoop
Scoop her up. And
But what's funny is I think as soon as Kaz moves away from Zarya, I think Drogar goes over to Zarya and goes, "My lady," and takes like a big bow.
Yeah.
Zarya gets to follow. Everyone's dance card is full tonight.
Yes.
Everybody dances. Yeah.
But what about Ismark?
He gets in on the action.
We see some non-named person grab him by the shirt like this and like,
I think it's Zarya.
So Arya picks him up and his feet are dangling off the floor as they're
I was
dancing.
gonna say, I want Ismark to have a love interest. I want him to be swept away by some. Whoa. Watch it.
Yes.
He can have a dance. The music, like record scratches for a moment.
Oh.
We dance.
Oh.
And for a little while,
It's just perfect.
Yep.
and then you hear Otto's voice.
Last call. Sorry.
Oh, hello! Welcome to the party! Oh, please, come on in! Whoa, ow!
The door flies open.
No.
Fucking knew it as soon as he welcomed him in.
No.
And you hear
small heels click-clack on the floor. And you turn around, all of you emerging from this like really pristine, perfect, beautiful moment. You turn around and standing before the door, it's Anastraya.
Oh my God.
I need to talk to you.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. I look right at Drogar.
Whatever you have to say.
No. I'll be right back.
Upstairs. Not outside.
Fine. I just need to speak to you.
Okay. In here?
Wherever. But we should hurry.
Okay. Outside. Don't come in.
Come on, then.
Okay. And I'll go around the side, where Izek was earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Drogar rushes upstairs and begins to don his armor.
Okay.
Hastily. And with his sword and shield. Like he's like pushing people out of the way to get upstairs.
You go around to the back, Winnie, where Izek has been, and he's still there, in fact, and he sat on like a big stump with his huge axe and a grindstone, and he's
Actually, I don't feel so bad anymore.
Izek, can we have a moment?
Oh, there it goes.
Is everything okay?
Yes. Can we just have a moment? You don't have to go far.
And he gets up and kind of
Thank you.
lumbers away.
What is it?
I came to give you something.
What is it?
A warning.
From who?
From me. Husband is sending you a birthday present. It's only told to kill you. But it'll destroy anything that stands in the way. If you want this building to stay standing and the people in it alive, you need to leave.
I need to leave.
It's only after you.
What is it? What does it look like?
I can't. I said, he's going to be fuming. Our assignments are so much trouble already. I can't tell you anymore. You just need to go. Now.
Do I already have it?
What?
Do I already have it?
Have what?
Whatever it is.
No, it's coming.
We need to leave.
You need to go.
He's coming here. Something's coming here.
Yes.
Okay.
I can't say anymore. I'm already in for it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But you should hurry.
Okay.
You don't have long.
All right. Please be careful.
You too. And she turns into a bat and...
I turn around on my... Izek. We need to get everybody out. Where can we go that's safe? We have to move fast.
Hold on, slow down. What
We
happened?
can't slow down. Where can we go that's safe that's not right here?
What do you mean? We're in the middle of the city.
Clarifying question.
Yes.
Was she saying I need to get away from everyone or we need to get out of this building?
What she said was, something is coming. It's after you. It's only after you, but it will destroy everything that is between it and you. So what she's saying basically, like, if you want to avoid collateral damage, you should you should get out of here.
I'm running for the church.
Okay.
You're headed to the church?
I'm running for the church.
Okay. Do you just take off?
Roller Rebecca.
Oh, you can see
Nice.
I'm Roller Rebecca. One free go.
We have to go.
You lead, I'll follow.
I start running for the church with Roller Rebecca. I cast Sending first to Kaz.
Okay.
Something is coming. It's coming for me. I'm going to the church.
Drogar comes running out of the blue water in full armor, and he's like, Winnie! Winnie!
She's gone.
The reply comes back from Cass.
I'm following you. I'll bring the rest.
And I think Drogar's outside, and he's like, curses, where's she gone?
The church.
What's happening? Irina comes over with Dimitri. What's happening? Is everything okay?
You, Irina, Dimitri, Olaf, Zarya. We have to go to the church right now.
Guys, what's happened?
I don't know what happened, but if Kaz is telling us, then we must go. Come.
Winnie's in danger.
Let's go.
And I look toward Isaac, with us now.
He pulls his enormous axe out of the ground.
And we go running to the church.
You head to the church.
Yes.
Okay, you arrive, Winnie. At this point, in the evening, it's abandoned, but the doors are still open, and so you walk in and you see Lady Petrovna kind of at the far end at the altar with just a couple of candles burning. It seems like she's like cleaning up or finishing up for the day.
Mrs. Petrovna, I'm so sorry. Something bad is happening. Can you please go and get yourself to safety?
And she turns around, that gray veil. She moves, she like kind of glides across the floor, kneels down, and kind of just like reading in your eyes. She holds up her hands, and she is going to cast Enhance Ability.
Whoa.
On your wisdom.
Okay.
Owl's wisdom, so you're going to have advantage on wisdom checks.
Great.
Yes.
Great.
Wow, that's awesome.
Very good.
That's fucking huge.
And then she floats, and then she just floats out, and you are left alone in the church.
With Roller Rebecca.
So it's cut back to you all as you are making your way, hustling through the town. It's one Kaz, Drogar, Olaf, Irina, Dimitri, Izek,
and Zarya.
and Zarya. Yes,
I imagine Pasha's with us too.
Oh,
sure, of course,
sure,
yeah.
Sasha?
Sure.
Sasha and Pasha.
Yeah, great. Okay. Well, so you all are making your way through the town.
Yeah, she specifically said church, so I think.
Do you hear that?
I feel like Kaz is leading the pack, just beeline straight for the church, as like something is trying to fuck with Winnie's birthday, and that makes her angry. The rage is building as we're going.
Drogar is going to cast Aid at 3rd level.
Great.
On all of us.
Great.
Very cool.
Right. I think that's plus 15.
Yeah, Olaf.
Plus 15 max
HP.
Anything, Winnie, while you're sitting here, just kind of strangely in the dark by yourself for a moment, with naught but Roller Rebecca by your side.
I'm sorry, if I said 15.
Second level is 5, and then it increases by 5 every
So
time.
it's just 10 for 3rd level. 10. Okay.
Yes.
So everybody gets 10, not 15. 10.
Yes.
10 HP.
Okay, everyone who's in the
We'll say,
running to the church.
Yes. Yep.
yeah, we can get it on Winnie too. We can say, yeah. Anything, Winnie, while you're sat here?
I have 3 expenditures of Shield of Faith from Drogar teaching me Shield of Faith that one time.
Yes, you do.
Without a spell slot, is that correct?
Mhm.
I will cast Shield of Faith on myself with one of those.
Anything else, Winnie?
I'm running around to all of the windows and doors. I'm making sure that everything is locked. I'm running back into the sacristy. I'm running. I'm making sure that everything is locked. Nobody who is not invited in can make it in anywhere. Only I can say who gets in.
Great. By the time you finish doing that, we'll say the rest of you have arrived at the church. You make your way in. What do you want to do?
Kaz, let us start barring the door with the pews, yes?
Yes,
Right. And Drogar was like, oh, my back.
I got it. Stay with Winnie.
Roller Rebecca, come help Kaz.
I'll cast Locate Creature on Strahd.
On Strahd. Okay.
I fall to
man.
the. I slam like a last window and then fall to the ground, like 2 fists in the ground, and I'll.
Creature that is familiar to you within 1,000 feet. You don't get anything.
Okay. Do I still get the direction of where he is?
Not if he's not within 1,000 feet, then no.
Okay.
But yeah, you don't feel anything, and you see your friends arrive at the front of the building.
Yeah, I think I've just finished shutting everything down, and then I hear like banging at the front door.
Mm-hmm.
I run over and open, like I swing wide the doors of the church, and everybody comes pouring in. I slam them afterwards and latch it.
Irina kneels down and puts 2 hands on either side of you and says, "Winnie, what is it? What happened? What's going on?" What's that?
Drogar walks over to Winnie as he draws his shield and his mace. Something is coming. And he puts a hand on your shoulder and casts Death Ward.
And you hear these sounds
coming from outside the church, and you can't, it's like they're kind of all around you. You can't like identify exactly what it is you're hearing. They're kind of coming from all places at once, and then all of a sudden they come to a complete sudden stop, and it's just silence. And then the doors burst off the hinges of the church. Bits of wood and beam go splattering all across the pews, but there's nothing there. Just an open door and the night air beyond. Everyone give me a perception check.
Jesus.
Olaf's definitely affected by the drink. He got a 10.
Fuck. Not 20.
Oh!
25.
If ever we needed one.
Yep.
25?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're
18 for Drogar, but not
great.
near that.
You're all standing there in the church. The door bursts. They shatter apart, but there's nothing there. It's just the open air.
Fuck.
And you hear more of these horrible sounds. And you start to hear like the bending and creaking and laboring of the building around you. And Kaz.
We're all out of cake.
You hear the creaking and the groaning and the crunching of the sort of building around you, and you're all like whirling your heads around, trying to figure out exactly what is going on here. And you see I don't even think you see it. It's more that you feel it. You know the sound of a blade as it moves through the air. You don't have time, like there's not much time, but you know that there is an enormous weapon cutting through the air right on its way to Winnie. What do you want to do?
I run towards Winnie. I try to just like grab her and do a dive roll.
Grab her and do a dive. Give me an athletics check.
Oh my god.
Athletics, okay.
What the actual fuck?
Natty 18.
Nice.
27.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay. You
I love this.
dive through the air, Kaz, and like wrap your arms around Winnie and kind of like turn your back. And that's when you feel it. The blade cut and slice into your shoulder. You are going to take...
Rolling.
Yeah, what the fuck? Oh my god.
Shut the fuck up. You gotta be kidding me.
46 points of slashing damage.
Fuck.
Okay.
As it...
46.
So what you all see is you all are just standing in the room, and the first thing you see is Kaz dive through the air and like grab and wrap up Winnie as this sword slams down. The sword itself is 10 feet long. A huge, solid, almost club of bladed metal, and at the end, 2 cruel hooks kind of curve out like Ganondorf's sword, from Ocarina of Time, right?
Oh, that's
And so, Winnie, from over your shoulder, you see this slam into Kaz's back, and maybe like a trickle of blood from her shoulder like drops onto your forehead. As you all whirl about and materializing, the light breaking from the invisibility spell being broken. Standing there, 20 feet tall, holding this great sword, is this.
No!
Dang.
No!
Ugly, horny toad.
Oh, fuck.
what the fuck is that? What?
20 feet tall, its skin grayish black and moist like that of a toad's. Its head a long toad-like mouth opening up to reveal rows and rows of sharp dagger-like teeth. Huge claws emanating from its forearms as it walks on 2 legs, and the third using for its ability, the fourth grasping onto this enormous greatsword. It looks down at you, Winnie, like past Kaz, and its big toothy maw opens into a cruel smile, and it just roars.
I think Kaz, instant rage. Any fucking day but today. Turns around with the greatsword in hand and just gets ready to swing.
So it like lifts its sword. You hear the sickening squelching sound as it pulls it back out of Kaz's shoulder and raises it up and rests it on its shoulder like it's an anime character, this giant frog monster. And it just goes.
Are you sure it doesn't like move its mouth really fast and then Japanese subtitles come up and it's
Not do that.
okay.
Kaz adjusts her glasses and says, "Is that the best you've got?"
Initiative. Everyone roll for initiative.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. That's going to be 18 for Kaz.
18 for Kaz.
15 for Olaf.
15 for Olaf.
17 for Winnie.
It's a big old whopping 6 for Drogar.
There you go. All right.
You're batting cleanup. You can sweep in and heal me when I take a big hit.
Fuck a duck.
Man, it has been a minute since we got in a fight.
I've been hankering for one.
Yes.
I quite like the drinking.
Drogar! Wait, I just said my own name. Olaf! Olaf, step out of it!
Oh, wait, I'm Drogar.
Okay, here we go. It brings its sword up out of your back, Kaz. And laughs and roars, and it's actually perfect. It's actually going to be Dimitri up first.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
As this thing sort of like materializes in the midst of all of you, the invisibility spell it had cast upon itself vaporizing, Dimitri steps forward and says, "You are not ruining her birthday. Not today!" And he throws up his hands and starts winding them through the air. The air around him starts swirling and whipping, and he shoots 2 palms forward in the direction of Kaz and Zarya. I'm gonna have Dimitri twin haste.
Yeah!
Barbarians.
Yeah!
Oh my god! So you hear like the caw of a raven, Kaz, in your ear, and you feel wind kind of like fill up underneath your arms, almost it is lifting up beneath your wings. You get a +2 to your AC, your movement speed increases by 10 feet, and you can perform an extra action on your turn.
I'm going to swing my sword so many times.
Yeah! All right, that's going to be, and then he's going to make his way away so he can concentrate on that spell safely. So as a bonus action, Dimitri can fly. So I'm going to say he flies up and like grabs onto one of the rafters and is kind of like up amongst the rafters in the air, just kind of like hanging there at a safe distance.
Way cool.
That is going to bring us to you, Kaz.
Okay.
All right.
Kaz, in her rage, can we... Okay, so I didn't explicitly say this, but can we say that when I received that message from Winnie that I grabbed Cactus?
Of course, yeah. Uh-huh.
All right. I will swing out with Cactus
Uh-huh.
as many times as I'm able to do in my turn, which I believe should
So
be
now it's
4.
3. So when you do use that action to attack with haste, you can only make 1 attack.
Got it. Okay, so I will make 3 swings with my greatsword then. Swing number 1. Ooh, 11.
No, I'm afraid not.
Okay.
You, in fact, you connect, but your sword, like, splorts into its mucusy exterior. And as you rake across, it just comes away covered in a thick layer of mucus.
Even angrier. We'll swing out again. Okay, that one's going to be a 26 to hit.
Yes.
Okay, 2d6 plus 11.
Goddamn.
17 damage.
God dang.
Sure does. Second one striking true.
Swing number 3. 19 to hit.
Yep.
18 damage.
Yes, ma'am. Uh-huh. Okay, great. So the first one comes away just covered in mucus, and so then maybe you move to stabbing instead of slashing.
Sure.
For the second ones, yeah. And as you, carry on.
Yeah, no, I think the second, I think she swings at the first one and just comes back, and it's mucus. It doesn't appear to have done anything, and she just reiterates, "Any day but today, Strahd!" And she like swings around and just tries to jab it in twice.
Yeah, this time finding purchase, and as you pull back, the blade comes back covered in like a really sickly, sappy kind of black ichorous
like goo.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay, very cool. That'll do it for now. I'm gonna stay real close to this thing. I want to try to prevent it from leaving my my area of threatening.
Great, yeah, you're right there. Okay, that brings us to Olaf. You're up.
All right. So yeah, I'm just gonna rip a shot off. That's a 29.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So when he does that, he goes, "You think you're scary? You ain't seen nothing yet."
That's
And he
it.
fucking licks his bow and rips a shot, and that's menacing attack.
When he lets it go a bit, it just sounds. I picture in my head like just the sound of a ballista when he lets one go. Just like.
Well, it's a scream. Like I imagine it being a screaming arrow. So
That's great.
like as it flies through the air.
Nice roll.
Okay, so
It's never not funny.
with the menacing attack, that's 14 points of damage. And now I need a wisdom save from Scary Toad Guy.
Oh baby. Okay. Gee whiz, what could that be? Wisdom saving throw?
Yep.
Does he have great wisdom, the toad?
Okay, that's a 9.
So that fails. He is now frightened.
Oh.
So he has disadvantage on ability checks, attack rolls, while I am in his line of sight, and he cannot willingly move closer to me.
Nice.
And that lasts just until the end of my next turn.
Oh, that's great. So yeah, he lands this blow on Kaz, brings its sword away. Kaz delivers a couple of strikes, which he kind of just like glances off, still with that kind of crocodile smile on. But then your two shots land. I think one gets him in the eye, and he whips, and you just see that smile falter ever so slightly.
So that was just shot number 1.
Oh, right. Carry on.
So here's shot number 2. That's only a 15.
No, to hit. I'm afraid not. No.
Okay, so that first shot, though, lands true, frightens
Yes,
him,
yeah.
and the second shot just misses.
It like lands, but it still gets like wrapped up in the mucus, and it kind of just like slurps off.
The drink got to Olaf on that second shot.
Yeah. Anything else, Olaf?
That's it, yeah.
Winnie, you're up.
Okay, very first thing, I'm gonna, in fury, I'm gonna throw my head back and howl! Yeah! I'm gonna invoke Boss of Werewolves. And I'm gonna hit however many people that.
If you're within 20 feet of Winnie, you get advantage on your attack.
Bonus action, I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon at 4th level.
Yeah!
And immediately send 2 erasers screaming over to smack him upside the head.
Great, go for it.
Oh, fucking A. Okay, 18?
No, I'm afraid not.
Okay. All right, Spiritual Weapon is up. So 2 spiritual erasers go and like smack it upside the head, and it just dodges. But Boss of Werewolves is up, Spiritual Weapon is up.
Hell yeah. Great work. Okay. That's going to bring us to Irina, who is going to move her way back.
That thing has a 10-foot weapon?
Yeah, it sure does.
Is it safe to say it has 10 feet of reach?
It might be safe to say that, yeah.
Question about movement.
Wow.
Am I in its melee
Yes, you are.
range right now?
Yeah.
So if I move out, I'll invoke an attack of opportunity.
Correct.
Where I am. Okay.
And in fact,
That's why I said it, because
Irina-
I saw Irina move, and I think...
in fact, Irina was within reach, yeah.
I mean, it's up to you if he's gonna...
No, it's focused on Winnie.
Yeah. If he's gonna take it or not, he can take it on anybody.
She's going to step back, and she is going to get into position and throw one of her javelins
At advantage.
with advantage. Yes, indeed.
On the left foot.
Putting her weight onto her back foot to get proper propulsion, like Kaz taught her.
Kinetic linking.
Nat 20.
Yes! Yes!
That's it.
Yeah, so she takes a few steps back and like gracefully whirls the javelin through the air to get it into throwing position, and says, "You stay away from my sister!" and launches it through the air and like catches it in the chest and almost knocks it back a little bit.
The theatrics were a little unnecessary, but I can't fault you for the hit.
That is going to bring us to Azaria, who is going to run up and try to grapple.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
She's going to try and like bear hug it around the leg.
But it's all slimy.
She got that 20.
Yeah!
That 20.
The more NPCs, the better.
God.
Yes.
Oh my God, yeah. So I think she runs up, wraps her arms around the thing's leg, and you see it, she like sends a pulse of energy through her arms, and her biceps go up huge, and its leg like swings out at this really awful angle, and you hear like a crunching sound. Ooh. And it like brings it down to like one knee on one leg. That's sick. Okay, it's its turn.
Also, Drogar, if she gets too slimy later, it's okay. She'll just need a bath lift.
My God.
Respectfully.
Creepy dude is frightened. Yeah, disadvantage on ability checks and attacks.
Very good.
Amazing.
So it like shakes off everything that's happened. Like, Jesus Christ! Wow, what a few couple of rounds. It like shakes everything off, looks around at all of you, but then gets that laser focus back on Winnie. It raises its arms, and as it does so, you see running along the underside of its arm, it's like pitting down its side. If you've ever seen a lobster that has eggs.
Yeah.
Like thousands of those little tiny black eggs all up in its undercarriage. It raises its arms, and it's like a sickening sight because there are all of these slimy gray eggs, like set into the mucus of its skin, and you can see little like eyes and tails and whatever else wriggling around in there.
Tadpoles? Oh!
Yeah. It raises its arms and shakes itself. An egg falls and like splorts wetly to the ground and starts to like convulse. The thing inside of it, like a little tadpole inside of it, starts rapidly convulsing and twisting and growing larger and larger, not able to be contained any longer by the confines of the egg. And it bursts open, grotesquely and rapidly coming into view where the egg once lay.
No shit!
Oh.
A red frog-like demon, this time not as tall, only like sort of humanoid size this time. That's one of its moves. It's going to then grab two hands on its great sword and take a huge, like, long, sweeping strike. Winnie and Kaz both give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Drogar too.
I'm 10 feet, right? Yeah,
Drogar
Dex.
too. Yeah,
Fuck.
Dex saving throw.
So dex saving throws against attacks and effects that I can see?
Yes.
Okay, so I should get advantage on
Yes, you will.
I want you to take this dice and not let me roll it again for the rest.
What does Death Ward do?
You cannot be killed. So once you drop down to 0 hit points, you pop right back up to 1.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, is Cleve not affected by disadvantage?
It's a dexterity check.
Oh, you bastard.
Which fucking blows, right? It should be an attack roll. No, it's an ability. Special ability. I don't like that sound.
A 12.
13.
6.
Oh yeah, sorry, 6. Ooh, everybody fails. Yikes.
Oh, no.
Okay, here we go. That's gonna be,
Yikes.
and then 24 points of slashing damage.
Okay, so
As it takes this monstrous sword and does this huge sweep across the space, affecting all three of you.
24.
24 points of slashing damage.
all right, I am having that because I'm raging.
It's also going to get its regeneration.
Oh, well, what?
It's also going to get its regeneration.
And fuck.
And then at last, yes.
Did you roll for Zarya? Because I think that'll hit her too.
No, it's only 3. It's a max of 3.
Oh, okay, cool.
Are you coming after my girlfriend?
I'm just keeping everyone honest.
All right.
Here we go. And then, as its last action, it looks at you again, and its smile grows wide as it runs a hand across its face and again vanishes, casting invisibility upon itself.
Son of a bitch.
Strahdcast features Campbell O'Hare as Winnie, Devine-Jones as Kaz, Ned Iannacone as Drogar, Tyler Kanter as Olaf, and me, Trevor William Fayle, as your DM.
Luminous patrons are we, not this crude matter.
Special shout out to our newest patrons, Ashley Flagg, Stark, Peyton, Millie Hopkinson, and Ella. Welcome to the party. If If you're not ready to support us through Patreon, never fear, there are still plenty of ways you can help us out. You can follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at CriticalFailDM. Check out our YouTube channel, where you can catch up on any of our past Twitch streams like Goon Files and Lovecraft Island, and where we release new episodes of the Strahdcast every other Sunday live at noon Eastern Standard Time. And of course, leaving a like, share, comment, or review on any of our content goes a long, long way. Thanks again, Dungeoneers, and take your day with advantage.
This creature here is it's a homebrewed version of a death slod, which I'm calling the Curse of Slod.
The pun.
You bastard.
It's the pun for me.